Loki season 2. Is Loki the master of mischief, or is he the master of ooh, spoiler alert, I better not say anything. All right, check it out here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
You talk first. I talk first.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Steven Boster, along with the one, the only, the most industrious, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land. Hey. I got something strange to tell you. This is going to be really strange.
Okay.
No, it's I think that's what he was saying every time he'd pop in and out. Loki would pop in and out between.
Oh, right.
It's going to sound really strange.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot to talk about time skipping and multiverse and
Steven's favorite topic in the world, multiverse.
Right. Yes, but that's all right. We'll get there today. All right, everybody. Well, we've got an interesting discussion to have on Loki season 2, but with that, we need to say welcome back to somebody special.
Well, let's bring her in. Well, you're gonna come in anyway because you got a geek dart today. So Megan's back. Megan's back from her trip to Canada to our friends up north, to the land of Rush. Did you have a good time, Megan?
Yes.
Did you find anything geeky up there while you were there?
I found a store.
A store? Like what kind of store?
It's called Imaginaire, and it's this giant store in a mall that its entrance was like a bunch of cards, which I forgot to show you, like stacked in like a hexagon, and it had like comics, manga,
kind of like figures. A house of cards type thing, like we build.
Kind of
neat.
And it was just really big, and it had a bunch of really cool things.
Cool.
What kind of cool things? Wait, Imaginaire was the name of it?
Steven's looking for it right now.
Heck yeah, I'm looking for it. Sounds cool.
I visited a comic book store in Dallas.
What city was it in where you were at that you saw the store?
Ottawa.
Where?
Ottawa.
TTA.
Ottawa. Okay.
Kind of like the Ottawa
pictures,
Senator.
Everybody. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here, hang on a second. All right, I'm gonna share the screen real quick.
Right.
Is this what you were talking about? Shh. All right, everybody. What I'm doing is I'm pulling up a picture to see if this is the store of where she was at.
Oh wow, neat.
Is that it?
That looks like it.
So is it a Disney store?
No, it's got like everything.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's got like Disney stuff in it.
Oh, so yeah. The theme of it even kind of looks like it's designed like a Disney store in a way. Similar.
And so they got all kinds of games and comics and books and stuff.
Yep. There's manga, there's pops, there's regular action figures. There's like your more complex figures.
Cool.
There's games. There's just everything.
Looks like superheroes. There's Monopoly in this board, everybody, that we're looking at. Looks like we've got some. There's Princess Peach. There's Iron
Man.
Sure. All kinds of puzzles. Games. It looks huge. How big was it? Could you fit a Walmart in it? I'm just kidding.
Could you fit a Buc-ee's in it?
Probably not.
It looks pretty good, though.
It was 2 stories, though.
Wow.
Neat. Did you say take off when you walked in there? Anyway. All right. Well, Megan's back from Canada, and she
Welcome back, Megan.
had a good trip. Yes, welcome back. And with that said, I think we're going to jump into the geeky news. You ready for that?
Let's do it.
All right, geeky news. I have to say that the first item on the geeky news was actually presented to us by our friend Jeff from Nerdery and Murdery, because
Jeff.
apparently he was wanting to contradict my story from last week, which again I said last week was a rumor. It was not a official story, but it was a huge rumor that was going around. That's the reason I wanted to share it, that Ahsoka season 2 may not be happening due to some things that Rosario Dawson had said during a podcast. But Lucasfilms officially announced this past week and confirmed that Ahsoka 2 is in active development by Dave Filoni. So, which I even said last week, I was kind of doubtful they would cancel it. And when they just promoted Dave, it seemed kind of weird to me. But, there is always that possibility because, they've canceled other things too. So, Ahsoka confirms, Lucasfilms confirms Ahsoka season 2 continuing. Lucasfilm has officially confirmed that Ahsoka season 2 is currently being developed by Dave Filoni, George Lucas's protege, and Ahsoka Tano's co-creator. Ahsoka Disney Plus TV show was a hit for the streaming service and played a crucial part in developing plans around the Mandalorian era. It introduced Lars Mikkelsen as the live-action Grand Admiral Thrawn, the main villain of the part of this Star Wars timeline. Now, this also goes on to say, the next part of my news is they also officially said the Mandalorian and Grogu will be headed to the big screen in a film directed by Jon Favreau and produced by Favreau, Kathleen Kennedy, and Dave Filoni.
We needed a beat button for that. I'm just kidding.
That was good. Anyway, and this is an official post from the Star Wars, from Star Wars itself. So this is actual news. This is not a rumor. So that also goes back to saying, because we were also talking about a couple weeks ago the Rey movie, which is supposed to come out, and I've said before I have doubts we'll ever see that Rey movie ever. I doubt it'll ever see the lights of day. And it's the only movie that Kathleen Kennedy announced last year that I think will even see the light of day will be Dave Filoni's Mandalorian. And here we have confirmation it is happening. So, yeah, I still doubt Rey. And here we go. Because I think this right now is Star Wars' bread and butter. It's what's getting the viewership. It's what's making the money. And I don't think anyone really cares about Rey anymore. So that's just my opinion, but we'll see what happens. So, and that's all I got for the geeky news.
Did you see the Dave Filoni sketch where he announced kind of Ahsoka 2?
Oh yeah, I did. Shoot.
It was really interesting.
Did you see that some people have already turned it into a meme? Because so the Dave Filoni sketch, I wish I could find that.
Go ahead. So everybody, I'm going to describe for our audio listeners. I'm going to describe the sketch while he finds it and stuff, and I'm curious about the meme now. So all it is, it's a nice pencil sketch of the pointing finger of the Mortis father, where you see at the end of the season where Balin is on it, but the sketch is a pencil sketch of the finger with Ahsoka and Sabine on, I want to say on the finger, but that really doesn't sound right.
I can't find it right now, but apparently somebody did a meme of it with another hand, and you know the old saying, my grandfather would be proud, pull my finger.
Pull my finger.
The other hand is
Pulling the finger. That's funny. That's funny.
Bear with me. I'm in the beginning stages of a cold here.
Gotcha.
Brenda's getting over one, and I think I'm getting what she had.
Aw.
Fun. Anyway, so yeah, that concludes my geeky news. So we ready to move on to some geekdar?
That's good.
All right. Hold on, I'm looking for my. There it is.
Control with the radar.
Oh.
Control with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
All right. I'll let Megan go first since she's been away for some time.
Megan! That's right.
So, and she actually has a geekdar for us.
Yay.
Comics.
Yeah, that's even more unusual. You and comic books. You don't usually buy comic books. I'm
No, I
normally the comic book guy.
No,
Not the comic book guy from Simpsons, not him.
No, I don't normally buy comics, but I'm going to buy all of these because I'm obsessed with them. One of my favorite YouTubers, Jacksepticeye, has these characters that are played by himself. They're his egos, and his words. He's trying to expand on the stories of them and actually give us backstories and stuff. So he's teamed up with a bunch of artists and writers within his community, in his fan community. I can't talk.
Fan base.
Yeah. And we have actual physical comics now.
Cool.
It's being distributed and published by Bad Egg Publishing, which is a very small publishing company that I've seen. But there was 3 different covers that I could have gotten. I got 2 out of the 3. This one is the first one.
The art's really nice.
Oh, I love the art. So that one is Marvin, and that one is Jackie Boy Man.
Jackie Boy Man.
Don't ask.
Does it say Alterverse? Is that what that says?
Yeah, that's what they're naming.
So
the-
ALTR verse. Okay. Okay.
Steven just checked out.
Right. Right. No, that's okay. No, it's all right. I'm curious. So when you say you have 2 covers, there's only 1 episode, but there's 3 different covers, variants, and you got 2 of them?
Yeah, this is the first one I bought because I wanted the one with both of them, and then I wanted
okay.
Marvin's cover
Ooh.
because I
I like that cover.
That's pretty cool.
I love the Magic Boy. He's one of my
Did you
honestly,
get a
they're all my
poster of
favorite.
that or something?
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you
I got
had.
the poster for this one too.
That's what I thought.
Now, you didn't have to go to Canada to get those. Is that what you're saying?
No,
He ain't from Canada. Isn't that the one that's
he's
from?
Ireland.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that the one from Ireland?
He probably has a better fun accent.
Yeah.
I like his accent.
Yeah, he doesn't say take off, eh?
Now, can you say the name? It's a YouTuber, you said?
Jacksepticeye.
Say it one more time.
Jacksepticeye.
Septic Eye. Okay.
Sounds kind of gross, don't it?
Okay. First, I thought, when you first said it, I thought, oh, it's some Japanese guy, septic eye, kind of a thing. I didn't hear septic.
I'm kind of
Eye.
surprised you've never heard of this guy.
I don't get
of
out.
course. Okay, fair play, I guess. He also has a character that's a big eyeball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'cause-
Sam.
yeah. She's
That's
got
his logo.
right. She's got stuff.
I thought that was Sauron from Lord of the Rings was the big eye.
It kind of looks like that, actually.
Interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah, Sam's green though. Yeah.
Because he's a septic guy. He's Sam the septic guy.
That takes me back to Kermit the Frog. It's not easy being green.
Nice.
So that's got both Marvin and Jackie's like issue 0 story in both of them.
Now, did they do these stories on the show or something? Is that where this derived from? Or
Well, it's not really a show.
well, it's a YouTube show, right?
No, it's a YouTube channel.
Well, yeah, okay.
He does gaming content normally.
Okay.
Technically, we haven't gotten much with Marvin or Jackie, and technically, neither of their quote unquote videos are like canon.
Okay.
We've gotten mostly other egos that are actually have canon videos that he's produced, which I hope he still does more. But I'm excited about the comics because I like having a physical art.
Yep.
It's being official.
I completely understand that. So I wonder if the comic does well, I wonder if he'll do some animation or something then.
I hope.
Ooh, yeah.
Kind of like Ripperverse, we're
Yeah.
hoping for some animation of Isom, which I do think that is coming.
I can
think
guarantee he's got people in the community that could do it,
Well, I'm sure he does.
and they'd be happy to.
I'm sure he has connections. Okay. Steven, if you don't have anything, I'm going to move on to mine.
Oh, I've got to. I watched the movie that you had suggested. The it's on the Apple TV. It's the one that you had suggested. That what's his name's in it? Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, Family Plan.
Yes, it was. So you say so. Kelly and I sat down to watch it. It was really good.
You liked it, huh?
Yeah, thanks
Good.
for the recommendation. It was really good. So we just sit down to watch that. So everybody, if you've got Apple TV and you just like fun movies, it was good. I
figured that would be up your alley. I mean, he's kind of a spy, type character, but he's at the same time a family guy, and and it's funny. It is really funny.
It's funny. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And you're right about the little baby parts in it and stuff like that.
Wasn't he hilarious?
He was good. It was funny. It was like, yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a nice premise. It was, it was the whole thing. He's trying to give his leave his life behind, but then he gets found out and then people are after him and, and so nobody knows, but, so it was good. It was good. So thanks for the recommendation. It was good. We enjoyed it. Yes.
Well, Brendan and I have to thank you for your recommendation of Reacher. We've been watching Reacher all week, and first of all, I like the actor to begin with because the actor played Hawk in the Titans series, and I thought he was phenomenal on there, and he's just perfect for this role. He's amazing. I love it.
He is much more betterer.
Yeah, there you go.
Than Tom Cruise is Jack Reacher.
Well, I've not watched Tom Cruise's.
He's not bad. He's not bad at all. I mean, I enjoyed the Jack Reacher movies, even before the Reacher TV series came out. But because I like the character and I like what the character that he portrayed, I was like, "Ooh, this is an interesting character." And then, and I heard a lot of people say that the reason a lot of them didn't like Tom Cruise was not that he was a bad actor. He is not the physical description of the character.
I remember years ago, my carpool buddy, she's retired now, but she was a big fan of those novels, and she was reading the novels at the time when the Tom Cruise film came out. And as soon as she saw Cruise was cast, she's like, "No, he's not right." And I was like, "I don't know, I never." And I'm not, I don't rush out and see every Tom Cruise movie. Some I go see, some I don't. And I just had no vested interest in Reacher at the time, so I didn't. I was like, I don't really care. But
so what you're saying
remember
is you don't run like Tom Cruise does in every movie to go see a Tom Cruise movie.
Good point.
It's all good.
one.
But what else did she say? What else did she say about? She was just saying he just doesn't fit the character.
Well, she
He
did
doesn't-
tell me. I reached out to her after we started watching the TV series and stuff because
reached out
I
after about Reacher.
right reached out after Reacher because I didn't know. I haven't talked to her in a while, and I didn't know if she'd watched or not. And I told her, I says, I was thinking of you, and Brenda and I are watching the Reacher TV series. If you haven't watched this, you really should check it out, because I remember you didn't like the Tom Cruise one. And she responded back. She says, yep, watched all of season 1, started watching season 2. I really like this guy. He's good. And she goes, and my son, as soon as he watched the TV season, this season of Reacher, or these versions of Reacher, he immediately looked at her and said, okay, Mom, now I get why you hate the Tom Cruise movie. Which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got the benefit of seeing Tom Cruise first before I saw Alan Richson and Richson.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But once you can't.
So you want me
to go back?
Go back and watch.
I don't know. I mean, to learn, I guess, to see more about the character, some of the other stories that he's in, but I mean, he does okay, but you just can't. I don't know if you can go back. Sorry, I'm struggling, everybody, because I'm just
I like the.
Yeah, he does such a good job as Reacher. He really does.
I've never read a novel, and I love him in this series, but then again, I loved him as Hawk, and there's some similarities to the character. Some. And there's some that are not very similar, but yeah, I think that's the reason I like him so much, because I liked him as Hawk, and he's great. He's fantastic, and man, the guy looks like he just rip your head right off. He's pretty freaking amazing. He had a great YouTube video. I'll have to find the link and send it to you, Stephen. You'll like this. You'll appreciate this. But he did a little short on, I guess, his YouTube channel. And he said that, or it might have been his ex account. I don't know. Anyway, he went live at one point, and he said he's had some Christians reach out to him and ask him why he portrays this character, because he's actually a Christian, and he's like, look, not every character can be 100% good. He's like, there are nuances to this character and stuff, and he's like, I enjoy playing him. It's a good character and everything. It's a great video. I'll send you the link.
I'll look at it.
But I think you'd appreciate it. All right, so moving right along, as the Muppets would say. A few weeks ago, I had a Geekdar of the #1 issue of the Teen Titans, and this is the original issue. I had picked this up at a
flea market, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep, flea market. We have a flea market every month. Ours comes up next week again, so I'll probably be there. Anyway, I had picked this up about a month ago or so. I was really super excited about it. And
do you want me to show it without the green holes?
Yeah. Here, you can show the second one. The second one is the new facsimile reprint of that issue, which is pretty freaking awesome.
That just came out?
Yep, it just came out. This is what the comic industry calls a facsimile. So there's a difference between a reprint and a facsimile reprint. A reprint is they reprint the comic book, but it has updated ads and so on and so forth. A facsimile is a straight up reprint from the original. The only real difference is the price. You can see the price on there is $3.99, and the price on the original is 50 cents. So they're not putting that 50 cents on.
When did that one originally come out?
1980. Yep.
Wow. So in 40 years, it's gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40.
Yep. That's amazing.
$4. Woo.
But yeah, so that has even all the original ads that were in the original one. I was flipping through it before we went live, actually, and I was like comparing the two of them just a little bit, and I'm like, oh yeah, all the ads are the same and everything. So yeah, I think it's cool when they do these facsimile reprints, and it gives fans a chance to get a quote unquote copy of the original, one more time, so on and so forth. And they've been doing this a lot lately. There's a lot of reprint. I think there was a facsimile reprint of the Incredible Hulk #1 and just all kinds of cool things. There's been facsimile reprints of what is it? Action Comics 1, the first appearance of Superman and stuff like that. But Teen Titans, I have an emotional connection to because I got that when I was preteen, and big fan of the Teen Titans, still a big fan of the Teen Titans. And I can just remember sitting on my grandmother's porch, just flipping through those pages and just in awe of George Perez and Marv Wolfman's work in that. It's just amazing. Great comic book. So that's my Geek Star this week.
I have a, speaking of Teen Titans, I have a fun fact.
Okay.
So the cartoon series, 20 years ago, like 2 days ago, the episode that Starfire jumps into the future, 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And it's called How Long Is Forever.
Oh, wow. So it was 20 years ago now that she jumped into the future 20 years.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it was on Thursday.
Neat. Oh my gosh, that show is 20 years old.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Crap. See, Megan, you're getting old now.
That just means you're getting even older.
Yeah. I remember when you used to collect the little action figures, and they had a Teen Titans tower for the action figures, and I could not find it.
I didn't have the tower.
So we kind of made we made a tower for you. Your uncle and I made a tower for you. It wasn't quite as functional as the one that, the toy, but it gave you a Teen Titans tower anyway.
I did have the ship. I remember having.
Did you have the ship? I don't remember that. I just remember the action. I still have a Robin somewhere in this room. I kept your Robin.
I have an unopened package of Robin with Deathstroke.
Nice. Yeah, and I have. Well, they didn't call him Deathstroke. They just called him Slade.
Yeah, Slade.
Slade. I don't know why they.
Yeah, I don't know either.
They should have called him Deathstroke, but yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Maybe it was a copyright thing or something.
It's Warner Brothers, so I mean, they own DC and everything. So
yeah.
All right, we ready to jump into the main event?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do this.
It's time for the main event. Loki season 2, everybody. All right, Angie's already put. Hey, Angie. Angie's already put in the comments. She's curious about. She's curious about what we thought of Loki. So.
Yeah, I went on Angie's podcast for the first episode of Loki. We discussed that a little bit. She covered it over on her show. Whoops, sorry, I was trying to remove that from the thing. Anyway, we're a little late on this one, but that's okay. Part of the reason we're late is because Megan originally had said we need to do this on December 16th, I think it was, and
right when it finished up.
You had a reason. Well, it had been finished for a little bit still at that point, but she had a reason behind the date of December 16th, and I didn't quite understand the.
It's because it's the 17th, but 16th was the Saturday. The 17th is his claimed birthday. Like the fandom claims it as his birthday.
The character's birthday.
Yeah. Not
Tom Hiddleston.
No.
Okay. See, originally when you said that, I thought you meant that it was Tom Hiddleston's birthday.
No.
Which would have been appropriate too, but do what?
I don't know when his birthday is.
But then you were gone.
Yeah. His birthday is February 9th.
Okay. Well, we're closer
That's
to his
actually
birthday
coming.
now, so. So yeah, you were gone, so we couldn't do it then. So we decided to hold off until you're back because you are a big Loki fan.
I do love it.
And I gotta admit, I think season 2 was really good. I enjoyed season 2 a lot. I thought they really expanded on his character. They made him much more better.
Cheers.
In my opinion. Then we got a surprise guest in this season, which I absolutely loved. We'll hold off on talking about him for a moment. And Mobius was great. Of course, I don't think I've ever seen Owen Wilson in anything that I didn't like. I like him in just about everything he's ever been in.
Wow.
So overall, I really enjoyed this. Now, I'll admit the ending, I was a little like, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about the ending. So,
Okay.
so we got to talk this out, and you got to help me through it.
I agree with Angie.
We need more Owen and Tom together. Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't think we're getting it now. I think that's it. I think we're done at this point.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I mean, we could all discuss our theories of what's going on ahead from this, but I got a feeling this is it. We won't be seeing any more of those two together. So, but that's just my thoughts on it. Overall, I would give this a C. What are we using for our scale for this season?
Yggdrasil.
What was that?
Could do Yggdrasil. Tree of Life.
Oh, okay. I couldn't understand what you were saying. It's like you're.
Yggdrasil.
It was like you're speaking a different language there.
It's like she was saying Septica again.
Stop making me laugh. I cough. Okay, we can go with Tree of Life. That's fine. I will give this overall probably a 7.5 Tree of Lives. 7.5.
Mike gave it a half point stuff.
You started this.
I did. 7.5. 7.5.
I'll give it a 7.5. I enjoyed the season. I thought it was really good. I actually thought it was better than season 1. And I like season 1 too. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy season 1. But I like this because to me it felt I felt Loki was a little more of a hero in this. And I know Loki's technically a bad guy, but he's kind of one of those bad guys that rides the line, you know. Sometimes he's a bad guy, sometimes he's a good guy. Yeah, he's more of an anti-hero. And in this, he felt very much a hero. There was a moment he embraced the villain side of it, which was actually a very fun moment. I enjoyed that quite a bit. So that's all.
Variant Loki, right? So I mean, he can be the anti-hero or
True. Oh, and I love Sylvie. I always love Sylvie.
Okay. Well, yeah, I agree. I like Sylvie. I thought she was kind of underutilized though this season. But anyway, I will get into that.
Megan don't like Sylvie.
I hate Sylvie.
All right, give you all's overalls.
Well, here. Oh, Angie says this. She says he is chaotic neutral. So those D&D fans out there,
our local D&D resident.
I love it. D&D neutral.
D&D expert.
But Angie says, since she's not here with us, I want to make sure she says season 2 was much more better. Cheers. Thanks, Angie.
Agreed. I like season 2. I thought it was
I can give it a solid 7 out of 10 for sure.
Oh wow.
Now,
you and I are close. Real close.
But to be fair, I watched the first episode.
To be fair. Sorry.
And then I was like, wow, they do a really good job with the recaps. So I'm just going to watch the recaps and then I'll watch the last episode. So I watched the first and the last. And I was like, this okay. I could do this. This is all right. This is good. So I will say this. I think I was traumatized how many times I saw Victor Timely get unraveled. Kind of a thing.
It did have a very Groundhog's Day feel to it. That's for sure.
Yes, well stated. And it was kind of funny there in the last episode where they're all like, Loki, how long is it going to take to know everything that you guys know? Several lifetimes, and it says centuries later. You almost expected it to be the SpongeBob SquarePants thing, centuries later, kind of a thing. That would have been funny, actually. That would have been
2 centuries later.
There it is. Yes. Very well done. So but I enjoyed it. I'll save the ending here for when we get. I guess technically we're still in non-spoilery territory, but
not really sure how much the spoilery.
Right, how much does it apply now? Kind of
right, and we're over a month out from it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all right though. That's all right. Okay, Megan, your overall. Oh wait. Oh, you gave.
Yep.
Sorry.
7 Tree of Lives.
I would say I'm torn between 8 and 9.
8 and 9.
Wow. Okay.
What would you give season 1?
Probably a 7 or 8.
Okay, so you would agree also that season 2. I'm not going to say
way much more better.
Way much more better.
Oh,
Cheers.
That's a 2-drinker. Cheers.
I'll take 2 drinks of my drink.
I don't like the first one because I don't like Sylvie.
Yeah, you don't like Sylvie, but
I hate
see.
Sylvie.
I love Sylvie. I think Sylvie's awesome. I like
if
her
she
character.
Was her own character and not supposed to be a Loki, I would like her a lot more.
But she is her own character.
Yeah,
I mean,
she was
I never
introduced as a Loki, and she was supposed to be. We were supposed to get Lady Loki. We did not get Lady Loki. She is not Lady Loki.
But she is a variant of Loki.
Yeah, but
and I think she took on completely her own character.
I like her better in the second season. And I like that they got away with, or that they did away with the self-cessed that they did in the first one.
They did away with what?
Self-cessed. Trying to put them as a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was stupid.
Well, I didn't like that when they did it in Doctor Who either.
Self-cessed. Like incest self-cessed is what you're. That's too big of a term for me.
Well, it's too big of a term for you this early in the morning.
Well, that's yeah.
Other than that, I don't think it's too big of a term for you.
Shipping somebody with themselves.
Yeah, I see. They did that in Doctor Who with Missy and the Master, and I hated it. Really? Yes, they did. It was gross. It felt icky, and I didn't like it. Other than that, I love the character of Missy in Doctor Who. She's fantastic. But yeah. So it didn't come anywhere near.
No.
In this series,
they completely ignored the fact that they ended with that in the first one, which I'm eternally grateful.
I agree. That I can agree with you on. I wouldn't have liked that if they would have played that side of their relationship up. I thought their relationship was great. They got along for the most part, but there were many times where they butt heads, especially on what to do with Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Because she flat out said, I got to kill every version of him that I find, and he was like, no, we can't do that, which ultimately he was right. They shouldn't have killed him, or at least that's what I took from this. So, but I love her character. I think she's fantastic. Mm-hmm. I like her better in her costume, though. That's the only thing I liked about season 1, Sylvie, better. Was we got her in the Loki costume,
mm-hmm.
Her
agreed.
Costume. I won't say the Loki costume.
Yeah.
Her version of the Loki costume. I didn't like her hair in this one at all. I like her hair better in season 1. That's a very minor thing, though. I mean, hair's.
You liked her better in season 1? Is that what you said?
No. I liked her look better in season 1. I liked the full the costume, the hair, because her hair's slightly different in season 2, and I think she does that because she, goes back in time, and I guess she's just trying to make sure that she
fits into the time.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Thanks for saying that, because I struggled with her in season 2. And I mean, I liked her. I agree with you. I like the character. The relationship side, I thought was in season 1. I thought was just a joke about Loki's in love with himself.
Well, and I'm okay with that little bit of a joke. That's fine, just as long as they didn't take it too far.
Right, and they didn't, which I was thankful for. I agree with you guys. Yes,
and that's where I'm comparing it to Doctor Who, where Doctor Who, the Master and Missy actually kiss, and I was just like, stop it. Don't do that. Yeah, exactly. Throw up. I'm going to throw up.
Right. Angie says she is a 70s McDonald's worker, I assume. And then Nerdery Murdery, they're like bad late 80s hair. Yes.
See, I wouldn't even call it late 80s because her hair didn't have any poof to it. So
that's true.
I grew up in the 80s.
So that's a good call.
The girls had to have poof to their hair. So if there's no poof,
right.
You gotta have that poof. So the Aquanet, it's essential. And she obviously didn't use the Aquanet. So just saying. Yeah. I like Sylvie. I think Sylvie's great. She's a fantastic character. She's probably one of my favorites in the series.
Yeah, her hair's longer in the second one, and then she's got those bangs.
See, that's why I like it. I prefer the longer hair. I don't like the short bob stuff. But
yeah,
that's just
no. Her hair is longer in the second one.
No, I think it was. Well, no, I don't know. Anyway,
like I'm looking at pictures.
What I thought was interesting in the first episode was I liked it because I was like, oh, Loki is doing Steven skips, or should I start calling mine Loki skips?
No. We like Steven skips. We're not changing it. No, we're not changing it. Steven skips. I sometimes say that too. I think we should trademark Steven Skip, by the way. That is our thing.
Anyway. But it was an interesting concept. The one of my favorite parts was the whole thing of the time skipping, because I'm like, okay, I could do the time skipping.
What's it look like? Oh, it doesn't look that bad.
Right. It's horrible.
It looks like you're being born and dying at the same time.
You're right.
It did look pretty gruesome.
It did. And
yeah, I enjoyed the time slips too. I thought they were pretty interesting.
Time slips, that's the better term. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry about that. So
that's what OB calls them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's start talking about OB. You go for it. Go for it. You start.
So OB was probably my favorite thing about this series. OB also
known as Short Round.
well, I was getting to that.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Ouroboros is his full name, and then Loki shortened it to OB, which I could see why, which I thought was funny. But OB is actually the actor who plays Short Round in Indiana Jones, and he plays was it Gadget, or I can't think of his name in Goonies.
In Goonies?
Yeah, he was in
Goonies.
Radar. Wasn't it Radar?
Radar. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Radar. But yeah, he was fantastic. Such a fun surprise when they introduced him, and he was just great throughout the entire series.
I love him.
And I swear his character is always the same.
I recognized him by voice first.
Yeah.
Because I heard his voice and I was like, I know that voice.
I thought the same thing. I mean, I knew who it was, and I knew that was Short Round. But when he talked, I'm like, it's almost as if Short Round himself is here. It's exciting.
His character is exactly the same.
Right?
He's really no different than he is in the Goonies.
True.
I mean,
Messing with gadgets. I'm just saying.
right. And we needed a moment where he should have said, "You call him Loki." Something to that extent.
Right.
You call him Dr. Jones,
Right.
If we could have had a moment like that, that would have been fantastic.
You call him Dr. Timely.
There you go. Oh, that would have been great. You call him Dr. Timely. Oh, I love it. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Megan?
I was gonna say I love that his name is Ouroboros.
Right, which means what?
Ouroboros is the snake that swallows its own tail. It's a symbol for infinity.
Right, which was
is the
very
time.
appropriate for what was happening in this, because we were basically in an infinite time loop, is what we were in.
Right.
It just kept happening over and over and over again.
I love that. I love that time. I love the time names. Mobius is also kind of because you've got the Mobius strip, which is the illusion, like it's a never ending loop, basically.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I love the time. I love the time themes for names.
Yeah. They thought this out pretty well. His Yankees hat was on the workbench. Was it? Oh, I missed that. Nerdery Murdery just said his Yankees hat was on the workbench.
I missed it too.
Another thing.
Of course, I hate the Yankees, so that could be the reason.
Another thing you could tie Ouroboros to is you could kind of say it's also Loki's son. I can't ever pronounce it, but one of his sons is the world snake, and the same thing.
Okay. And there was also a connection with the guy that goes back into the 70s and he becomes the movie star. His character in the movies though is actually a Marvel character also, so that tied back to the Marvel comic books also. And later on there was a video game with that character in it too. I caught that when I was rewatching it this week, because I rewatched all the episodes this week just so I'd be refreshed on this, since it's been a minute since it was on.
Brad Wolf.
Brad Wolf. Well, that was his alter ego in that, but his character in the movie was, I don't know, it started with a Z or something.
Yeah, that was Angie saying Brad Wolf.
Okay.
Give credit where credit's due. That wasn't me coming up out there.
Brad Wolf. That sounds almost like Bad Wolf.
Bad Wolf.
It just struck me too. Why didn't I catch that before?
Zaniac.
What was it, Megan?
Zaniac.
That's it. Zaniac. Apparently that's a Marvel character. Actually,
is his theme song Zaniac? Sorry, just kidding.
I'm gonna pull out the Marvel Bible and see if it's in here.
Ooh.
You guys continue while I look for it.
Angie says, yeah, they were pulling a lot of sci-fi movies and shows. Well, I enjoyed OB. I just thought it was another version of Short Round. I agree with you. You were absolutely right that it's Short Round again. Guys, I just, even in Goonies, that,
Mm-hmm.
You did that really well.
I never realized that Short Round and Radar were the same person before I found him in Loki.
Yeah, he was so much. He was fun. I did not see the movie. Was it Everything Everywhere All at Once or whatever?
I haven't either. Is he in that
show? Yeah, he is in that.
Okay.
Angie was making note of it and stuff. So
is that where he made his big film comeback in that movie? Because I know he was at like the Oscars or something.
Maybe
ran into Harrison Ford.
Actually, yeah, that might have been.
Yeah. Right. Angie asked a question. Here we go. What do you think of the foreshadowing of Loki and his crown when Loki was approaching Brad?
Oh, wait a minute. Foreshadow of his crown when he was approaching Brad. See, I don't think I caught that.
I don't think so. I didn't.
I didn't catch that. I mean, I could, I kind of saw his crown when he was finally sitting on his throne and everything, but no, I didn't catch that. That's pretty cool. Nice catch, Angie.
Okay.
We need Angie here too.
We do actually, yeah. So what about the ending? You mentioned the ending, and I want to get both of your opinions about the ending
Okay.
with Loki. Now we're
So
coming full circle. Is he the master of mischief, or he's the master of?
see, that's
That last episode, I was really like, oh man, how are they going to get out of this? How are they going to get, it's like no matter what he does, it's going to be this whole multiversal war or whatever. But
oh yeah, because they think they fixed it, and Timely actually makes it back, and which, by the way, I like the Timely character too.
I like the Timely character.
I like Timely actually better than I like
Kang.
Yeah, Kang.
Agreed. Or He Who Remains.
Yeah, He Who Remains. Although He Who Remains was fun when Loki and him meet at the end of time, and he was like,
season 1.
No. In this season, when he starts going through the whole, so you met Timely with his stutter. I did enjoy that. That was actually kind of fun. But I really liked the Timely character. I thought the Timely character was good. So they think they've fixed it, and then all of a sudden OB says it's not working. And they're like, what do you mean it's not working?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not working because anytime we do fix it, the threads get larger, and you can't anticipate how big to make it, and I don't know all the technicalities of everything on that. But ultimately they could never do it. It just would never happen. But as we find out that basically as technology can't hold it, it has to be dealt with by a god per se. Which is why we have Loki go into more or less god form, so that he actually can handle and manage the time streams, or whatever, the roots, whatever you call them, the threads. Thank you.
The threads of time.
The threads of time. Thank you. So he ends up managing all that, and he becomes, as we find out, the story keeper, or god of stories.
Yeah.
So he becomes the god of stories instead of the god of mischief. So he switches, and I think that's switching from like Greek to
Marvel.
Marvel.
He became god of stories in Marvel.
Okay, so Marvel changed it to god of stories.
As far as I can see, I can't find any Norse mythology about him being the god of stories.
Okay, so that is a strictly a Marvel thing then. So my thinking is Loki can't leave this place. He has to stay there in order to maintain the threads of time, and that's why I believe we'll never see Loki again, because he just can't leave. He's stuck there. That's where he has to stay to maintain it, and if he leaves, things will get out of hand again. So that's my theory, and that's why I think that we'll never see the two of them, Mobius and Loki, together again, unless this is a multiverse and we have variants. Unless we get a variant of Loki who is with Mobius. That's the only other way they can do this, in my opinion.
I agree, but I'm also confused because there's been confirmation somewhere that Loki and Thor are going to be reunited before Thor's last movie.
Oh, is Thor getting another movie?
Well, I don't know if he's getting another solo, but I know he's going to be in the Avengers ones.
Okay.
But whenever Chris's last movie as Thor, we're supposed to get Loki and Thor reuniting again.
Which, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Because
Like,
Chris is stepping back for
could be a time thing too.
health reasons.
It could be a time thing where that movie actually takes place before the events of Loki season 2. That's always a possibility.
Or he may find a way to like leave for just that interaction.
Right.
Because it has to be
possible.
It has to be the actual Loki, like
Right.
the original
Agreed.
Loki. Otherwise, it's not.
It doesn't mean anything then.
Right.
I agree with that. Okay. So, Steven, did you have some kind of theory on?
No, because that's what my question was. I was like, okay, so what else happening now? Kind of a thing. So that's why I was like, okay, so now he's gonna be the he who remains, sort of, but he's allowing or managing all the. I like stories better than saying multiverse, kind of a thing.
You just don't like multiverse.
I just don't like multiverse.
That's so.
I think I break out in hives when I
think there's a Loki story in What If season 2 also. I haven't watched it yet, but I think there is a Loki story in there.
I don't know if there's a Loki centered one, but I know there's one centered on Hell.
Say that again.
I don't know if there's a Loki centered one, but I know there's one centered on Hell. His sister in the Marvel universe, supposed to be his daughter.
Interesting.
Loki has a daughter?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Loki has 5 kids. He's got twins that I don't know their names. And then he's got Hela, who is
Angie just said that. Hela.
Yeah. It's Hel in the Marvel universe, but her Norse name is Hela.
Hela.
And then you have Fenrir, the Great Wolf. Actually has 6 kids. The one that I can't pronounce, but it starts with a J, and it's a world serpent. And then you have Sleipnir, who is Odin's 8-legged horse.
Gotcha. Well, we should probably also talk about the elephant in the room. The fact that
he doesn't have an elephant.
Do what?
I said he doesn't have an elephant.
He could have an elephant. You never know. There's many variants. Maybe he is an elephant and as a variant.
He could turn into one.
Right, exactly.
He is a shapeshifter.
That's right. So he could be an elephant. No, I was referring to Kang and the actor Kang, who recently was found guilty of whatever he did, and Disney dropped him like a hot potato.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the child I can't pronounce.
Okay, Jormunger.
Like
I don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
But anyway,
so they did drop it. They dropped the Kang storyline then, or
no, that's the question.
Oh, okay.
That's the question. They, as far as I know, they have not dropped the Kang storyline, but they dropped the actor like a hot potato. And there were rumors that Marvel was going to reconsider the next Avenger films. Yeah, the next phase, because everything was building to these Kang Wars, which was
that's
right.
The direct ending to Loki.
Right, and going into Secret Wars. Is this is all building up to Secret Wars, and Kang is supposed to be the big baddie in Secret Wars, but there were rumors going around that they might pump the brakes on that and actually bring in Dr. Doom as the big baddie in Secret Wars.
Ooh, okay.
Now the only thing is they're talking rearranging things because they won't put him in. Well, that's the thing. I think if they want to, now there's a side of me that would rather see they could recast Kang. There's a side of me that would actually like to see them have them bring in Doctor Doom, because honestly, I think Doctor Doom's a more interesting bad guy. And I'd love a actual cool version of Doctor Doom, unlike anything we've gotten so far in the many iterations of the Fantastic Four that have completely and totally and utterly sucked. Some of the worst Marvel crap that's ever been put out there has been unfortunately the Fantastic Four series. They cannot seem to get that crap right. But so we could get an awesome version of Doctor Doom in this if they were going to do that. However, being the fact that you've built up so much to this and you've put so much onto this character Kang, you've already got it built in that you can recast him and go forward with a new actor, because they're variants. We saw different versions of Loki that were not Tom Hiddleston too. We got the classic Loki, which I absolutely loved. He was fantastic. I would have loved to watch a whole series with him. He was so good. So they can easily recast Kang. I don't think it's a problem. Do I want Doctor Doom? Hell yeah, I want Doctor Doom. But on the other hand, they probably should finish this out with Kang, because that's who they started with. That's how they've had all the build up for. So might as well finish what you started.
Yeah. So Angie's putting a question, everybody. Did you hear how they came up with Loki's line to Sylvie and Mobius at the end before he went outside and took his throne? No.
I'm trying to remember what that line was.
And murdery. Oh, Richard E. Grant Loki was great.
Yeah. He was
great
fantastic.
Loki.
Oh, he was so good. I love that Loki. I'm telling you, they should have done a series with that Loki, even if it was just one small series.
Yeah.
6 Disney Plus episodes. Yeah, it would have been fantastic.
I want to go back to Kang. I'll be open with you. I was never interested in the Kang storyline.
Really?
Yeah. The only reason why has been, well, okay, so in Quantumania, you got rid of one Kang, but now you have another.
Well,
and now you're going to have another, and then there's going to be another.
Right. There's like thousands of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just.
I mean, we saw that in the Ant-Man movie. You've seen the entire arena filled with nothing but Kangs.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Scots.
Say that again, Megan.
And Scots. Scott Lang.
Oh.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Scots too.
Right. Well, I think the biggest thing is that once you in villain storytelling, for me, it's like, okay, it's almost like self-defeating. Like, oh yay, we beat the bad guy. Oh wait, there's another one.
Well, but I think that's because they want to make it look like it's impossible to beat him, and then eventually they're going to beat him, and it'll probably eliminate all of those. It'd be almost like the whole destroy the head vampire and you destroy them all. I got a feeling that's where we're going to go with this thing.
So what you're saying is they were going to Phantom Menace him. So you kill the one ship and then all the robots go dead.
No, I'm saying we're going to Lost Boys him.
Gotcha.
Lost Boys was you kill the head remember you kill David, and it takes out all the other vampires because they're
just so our younger viewers know, The Lost Boys is a movie from way back many decades ago.
The Lost Boys is one of the most awesome vampire movies ever made, by the way. Yes, it is one of my favorites, and yes, it's an 80s movie, because the 80s we had some of the best movies that ever come out. So
the 80s rock.
80s rocks, pal. It's much more better.
Much more better.
Okay. So we now have Loki as the god of stories. We don't know where in the heck we lie with Kang. The TVA will go on, because the TVA now will basically the TVA now exists to battle Kang, if I understood that right. And what is Angie saying here? Loki's line was, "This is for you, all of us." It was a callback to the first Thor when Loki was banished by Odin. Ah, okay, cool, very cool. I guess Angie paid more attention than I did.
Yeah, she was a bigger fan than I was, so I wouldn't have caught it. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm kind of a casual fan of Loki. I'm not like, over the top for him or anything. I enjoy the show. Tom Hiddleston did a fantastic job in this.
Agreed.
He's incredible. He's just amazing. He really owned this
love
character. Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would. I've never heard anyone be unhappy with Tom Hiddleston's performance.
He's been fabulous.
I still love that he first auditioned for Thor.
Yes, yeah,
I
that's
love
hilarious.
that story.
Well, I just heard this morning that the guy that James Gunn cast for Lex Luthor in the upcoming Superman, he actually tried out for Batman in The Batman.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he got turned down to play the Batman, and now he's playing Lex Luthor. Hopefully, James Gunn made the right call with this guy.
I agree.
He really showed off his directing shot. You mean Tom Hiddleston? Okay.
Yeah, because Tom directed.
Yeah, well, again, I think season 2 was better. I really liked it. I think it was much more better. Cheers.
Right on.
My drink.
I know, but we really hit that phrase a lot this time.
Yes, we sure did. We sure did.
Whew.
So I think that wraps up Loki season 2. I don't think we'll see a season 3. I think Loki is done at this point. I haven't heard that there will be a season 3. So, and again, I'm not really sure whether they would go with season 3 after this ending, but who knows?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. The first and last episodes were good. The recaps were great.
All the episodes were great.
You know who had a great recap? Star Wars did with Obi-Wan Kenobi when they recapped the prequels. That was a fantastic recap.
Oh, right. It was a good recap. Yes.
For those who hate the prequels, I suggest just watching the recap at the beginning of Obi-Wan, and yeah, you'll get the gist of it, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I, on the other hand, do not hate the prequels, so I'll just rewatch the prequels.
I enjoy them. I
do too.
Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yes, we've covered that.
We have covered that. Just had to say it. Mm-hmm. All right. Cool beans, everybody. Welcome to the ending of our show.
Steven forgot where we just time slipped. Is that what we did?
We just time slipped. Oh my goodness. Everybody, check us out at www.geeksmic.com, geeksmic.com, number 2, geeksmic.com. There's our hub for all things to geeks. So there you can find access to our podcast itself, access to the YouTube channel, also to our Ko-fi page. Ko-fi is where you can help support us, www.ko-fi.com/2geeks. Cool thing about being on our Ko-fi supporters is that we do a couple of things from time to time. Like, for example, the audio version of the AI story that we created is on there for our supporters. And so along with a little bit of ambient music and stuff like that. So you can check us out there. If you want to contact us, feel free to hit us up at show@2geeksmic.com. Also, as well, is check out our cool merch page, www.2geeksmicmerch.com. You can also get there from our website, 2geeksmic.com, and check out some of our shirts. It sounds like we're going to be branding much more betterer coming up soon. So, all right, Mike, with that, it's all you, man.
All right. First of all, I wanted to push coming up February 10th, we will be doing our 4th appearance for Star Wars Podcast Day. We've been involved with that ever since they started. They started around the same time we did. And for that episode, we will be doing a AI driven story. So I'm sure Steven will put the results of that story also up on our Ko-fi page.
I will.
We'll be able to get that too. And it is going to be what if, it is our version of what if Qui-Gon Jinn had survived and not been killed by Darth Maul. So I'm excited to see what could possibly happen from that, because I got some theories of what could happen, but we'll see. We'll see what the AI overlords, what
Right.
Skynet has to say.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I only say that to make our friends over at Three Geeky Dads nervous. All right, but if you've gotten this far, please make sure and go and like us and subscribe both on Facebook and on YouTube. Make sure you give the little bell a tickle over there on YouTube, because when you do, you will get notifications of every time we go live. We go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest, because I don't like math. Which we also stream on Twitch, Facebook, X. I said it without saying, X.
There you go.
Twitter.
No, stop it. I hate saying that. It's X now. I don't know why we got to say that. Anyway, so you can check us out on any of those. And please go like us on Twitter and follow us on Twitter. We don't have any Facebook. We don't have any Twitter or X, whatever it's called.
Twitter.
Yeah. Anyway, with that said, over and out. And I need a Loki line. I don't know.
Take the last line.
What?
Well,
So take the last line.
Take the last line.
this is for you,
Oh,
all of us.
this is for you. And how about this? Enough said. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the force be with you.